What's special about the Multnomah County Library system is actually, I think, the way people support it. Because we have a remarkable community support for the library. I mean, everybody talks about how important libraries are to the community, but the folks in Multnomah County actually live that. Because just as a couple of examples, we have one of the highest circulation rates per capita of any public library system in the country. One or two every year. We're either first or second. So people are clearly using it. If you look at the internet usage, we're in the 80s and 90% of usage for those. So, obviously services are stretched, but people are supporting it. If you look at the finances and the politics of it, the first bond measure that was ever passed, the first levy that was ever passed in Multnomah County was passed to support the library. And because of the bizarre funding schemes we're under now, the library's funded through levies, and the levies have been supported every time. I think the obvious role of the library is as a source of information, but it's so much more than that. It's so much more important than that. The library is core to what we are as a community and core to our democracy. It's core to the opportunities that we have to develop as individuals. When I sat on the Library Advisory Board, the first time I came to a meeting was 11 years ago. We were hot in the thrall of how to deal with internet issues. And it was really on the cusp of providing access to the internet. And there were a whole lot of very interesting questions that needed to be answered at that point. Well, now, internet use in the library is a given. It's just part of what is. And that's expanded the library's role.
Communications networks, or in today's parlance, broadband internet, is a virtual commons. Wireless communications use the airwaves, which belong to all of us, and wireline communications uses the streets or the right-of-way, which belong to everyone in a community. It's really become integral to our lives. The majority of job listings are online. Our kids need the internet to do their homework. We pay our bills online. We socialize online. We download music. We get critical health information. In Portland, we think that broadband's the key to our future, so we are engaging the community in developing a local strategic broadband plan, and our tagline is connecting to the future.
It's our guess through what's been happening over the last couple of years that in the next few years, the use of broadband to do just about anything is going to be ubiquitous. There's going to be no way to get around it, or there's going to be no way to conduct business without utilizing it. So in that way, we're really seeing broadband becoming a new platform for the commons, a new opportunity for people to share in this sort of the infrastructure, but also the use of the infrastructure in order to really connect in society to get just about anything done. At Portland Community Media, of course, we've always been dedicated to providing access to understanding how to use video production tools. We've broadened that to include providing training and experience using multimedia, and by that, all of the emerging technologies that are coming on board for people to be able to share their story or to communicate effectively.
We have to solve the problems of accessibility and affordability. And probably a third issue is helping some people understand how it can improve their lives. So it really is a virtual commons, but we need to make sure that everyone has access.
I think that the greatest danger that we are facing right now is the fact that most broadband technologies and the media or the mode by which information is being transmitted is currently locked up in the private marketplace. And when it's locked up in ownership by the private companies, they can put any price on that access to information. The critical point is if they limit the access to information to people, then they are not part of mainstream society. It kills democracy, basically, because the framework for democracy depends on having good information in order to influence public policy decisions.
We are harnessing the energy and expertise of members of various parts of our communities: public safety, our local businesses, our education community, healthcare, sustainability, transportation, pretty much any sector that you can think of. We are reaching out and engaging them in helping us craft a blueprint for how we're going to have the kind of robust, affordable broadband that's going to make a difference for our future.
We should be concerned as a society that we have a lot of people that are out of the mix. They're off of the grid. They're not full participants in our society. They don't have the information that they need to take care of themselves or to influence the policies that are developed that would have an impact on their lives. And increasingly, these people will be the poor people, the people of color, the people who already have a challenge in participating fully in our culture and in our society. And all we will do if we don't pay attention to this issue of affordability and equitable access to broadband is to further marginalize them. And then we will have a society that we won't really want to be living in. It won't be America.